Dude, I smell like burnt skin.
Burnt what?
Burnt skin. I went tanning for like the first time ever.
Your arms are super smooth.
Did I tell you about the fireball?
Fireball.
Yeah.
I'm the one that compared it to a burnt fart.
It was so weird smelling, dude.
Yeah, he lit a protein fart on accident and just, well, on accident on purpose, and lit off all your arm hair.
Well, you pooped
No.
yourself?
Well, I did once my grill blew up on me. Oh, are you guys going now?
The good news is that Alex's shirt is over his belly.
And I have shorts on.
Just like a planned slit that is.
No, dude, it's like a fancy slit.
Alright, David, lead us off.
Planned, fancy, it's supposed
All
to
right,
be.
starting off. So we're going to talk today about the community, family of powerlifting, and
What are you talking
Sorry, man, you're good. I'm listening. I'm listening.
bring out my dad voice. Well, I think the topic that we're going to bring up is I'll call it the family dynamics when it comes to powerlifting. It could be with the training with the team. I'll talk about it in terms of coming here to Lions Den is having been training on my own for so long and sort of being haphazard with my programming, whether I found it on, T-Nation or 531 or just trying to gleaning whatever I could from people I would look up to. I have to say that I always felt like there was a community out there, but because I wasn't doing it in competition, it was just sort of me doing it as a hobby. There was a little bit of a disconnect, but once I did my first meet, I have to say that experience was really eye-opening for me because here we are, there's guys that were out squatting me by quite a few 100 pounds. There's people that I was out squatting, which for me is an odd sensation. It's like I didn't realize that was a possibility. But I have to say, it seems with powerlifting, when you come in, there's this like shared mindset. You're putting in the same amount of work. Everybody understands the sacrifice. Everybody understands the pain, the grind, whatever it is you want to call it, and the dedication it takes to when you want to reach that goal. And coming here has been a huge blessing for me, just being a part of something like outside of myself. Like we're all, whether or not I'm watching somebody go for a 500 plus bench, if I feel like that person can reciprocate the same kind of enthusiasm for me wanting to pass 350 and eventually go up and maybe even someday hit 4 plates, And you don't find, I've never had that anywhere else, but I gotta say when it comes to powerlifting, that's a unique trait that you find anywhere. Like it's not about the strength, it's about the people building each other up. Oh, so we're done. Well, you've done strongman, so is there any comparison to that?
Yeah, that's a lot.
type of
That's how, when we were all texting about that, talking about today, it was like this last meet was everyone was there, everyone was cheering each other on. Every yoke, I don't think anyone's quiet. I wasn't quiet. I'm loud. I always want people to do their best, and that's one thing. It's nice coming into this because coming from mountain climbing and BMX and like BMX is really competitive and people are just straight dog each other nonstop. This is nice. It's we all come in here, we're at different strength levels and no one puts themselves over everyone to make the others feel inferior. There's no chain of command. Everyone just kind of works together. It's really good camaraderie that comes with it. Like what we have in Alex's garage, dude. It's like I was telling him, man, this is a cool brotherhood. Mm-hmm. It's a lot like hardcore for me, and those kind of music scenes where everyone's just kind of there for each other. Brian has 500 plus pounds on his bench. I know he'll be there even though I have 300 plus. Mm-hmm. And it's really cool. It's really nice. You guys got anything?
I'll go.
I mean,
Well-
I like the community. When I don't know, I've always been a commercial gym guy, and so gym bros are not. They're just not. They're not anything like this. And you start throwing real big boy weight on a bench or a squat in the gym, and most of the guys will be looking at you like, oh, he's not gonna do that, or like, oh, they're waiting for you to fail instead. Like here, they're waiting for you to actually do it, and they're really excited for you to do it. And that's, yeah, I grew up going to a commercial gym. I've been going one for several years, and I'm happy I'm here. That's all I gotta say.
I think the big thing with me is the one thing I really enjoyed about the Marine Corps was the brotherhood. It didn't matter the problems that you have, the individual issues, your family background, the person you were in high school or before the military. It didn't matter. You guys were friends, and you're forced to be friends almost. But it makes every day a lot more enjoyable. And you know that when you go to work, even though it's gonna suck, it's gonna be miserable, it's like you at least know you're gonna have friends there that are gonna be feeling the same exact emotions and frustrations and even physical pain. And I feel like the big thing with a powerlifting team has helped me kind of get that familyhood again, and I know Heath can relate. But it's any type of team, like if you did any team sport in high school, it makes it easier when you know that you have like-minded individuals that are going to feel the same sufferings that you're going to that same day, and not everyone feels like their perfect self all the time. I feel like here, it's like all of us know that it's like if we had to do it by ourselves, yes, we can probably make do and do it, but the days that are a lot harder, and you have those mindset where you didn't have a good day, life hit you in the face, you're sore, you're tired, you didn't eat enough, and you still have to go yourself. I feel like it's a lot harder battle mentally than it is when I know, okay, well, at least at 7:30 everyone's gonna walk through my door and I have to do it whether I like it or not. So
Sorry.
No, you go.
I really like that. I like that. Having people to keep me accountable, because I've always had lazy workout partners, and so like they'll just text me like, oh, I'm not going today, like last minute. I'm like, well, crap, do I actually want to go? Like, I want to go, but I don't want to do what I have to do today. And because my knee hurts, my back hurts, and here it doesn't matter, because I know if I'm not here by 7:30, you guys will be like, where you at, dickhead? Like, freaking show up. So it's nice to have brothers that keep me accountable and keep me working out.
And then another thing to point out is we're not just here for ourselves. We genuinely care about each other's lives, each other's families' life, and the same amount of enthusiasm and energy we bring when we're training, we're going to bring that same amount of energy to help each other out if we need help. And I feel like the whole a powerlifting team is like that. And when you have those, once a team gets bigger and you have someone show up that it joins a team that is more of a individual person, more selfish, isn't really helping out, everyone will notice. And everyone's energy will go down. And because now you guys have this perfect tight-knit group, and then there's that one person that is making everything just miserable.
Sure.
And I feel like any group that is together that's having the same goal, we may have different individual goals, but obviously our main goal is just get stronger. And then our mindset is exactly the same, and we feed off each other. once a plague comes in, it's like everyone knows. It's not just one person. Everyone feels uneasy. So it's more like we're like almost one body, and we all play multiple roles in that body. And when someone's not there, it does eat at you, and it sucks, and it's not the same. But I don't know. I think that's another aspect. I think another aspect is when you go to powerlifting meets, you don't ever have to meet someone. It doesn't matter your level of experience. The same amount of energy that you're gonna cheer for them. If you watch them, they do exactly the same thing back.
No, absolutely, sure.
They may be a little bit more composed, but it's like they're not approachable people. They're not selfish. Of course, they're there to win, but if you need help or if you need encouragement, everyone for the most part is there for you. Yes, there's the onesies and it's the twosies that are you can tell are douchebags and selfish pricks. And the reason why I brought up the previous thing about when a plague comes in, everyone notices it. Even at a meet, if everyone is happy and more social and supportive, you see those few that are like completely 100% different, and they stand out. But I don't know. I think it goes. It's not even just the lifters. It goes into the fans and the family support. It all carries into that because, just like I said, every one of our families, we would do anything for each other. And so it spreads out in the crowd. So now you have this huge crowd of where it's not just you and your friends, now it's you and your friends and their friends and their family members. See your phone?
Yeah.
Oh my lord. I was about to yell at Morgan.
It's my wife.
Well, you tell your wife. This is our video time. But I'm like,
Do we need to start presentations with phones on silent?
yes, phone's on silent.
Yeah.
It's only media time you gotta do.
Well, I think what's so unique what you were saying, Alex, is when you're at a meet, like we've all been approached, and they're gonna ask the usual thing.
Because you have notifications.
Like once you explain if someone's unfamiliar with powerlifting, you have to explain the total, like what the total is, right? So what is a total? How do you get that total? What is it that you're actually out there doing? And then all of a sudden it adds up, and why does that matter? And then it breaks it up into all these other subcategories. And the biggest one is weight class, and then the open and whatnot. But what's interesting about it is that when you walk into a powerlifting meet, it's not like I am directly competing with Heath's bench or your squat or Mike's deadlift. Like I am going in there and I'm gonna say, what did I do 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago, the last time I had a meet? I wanna add, 75 pounds to my pull. I wanna add 40 pounds to my press, and I wanna squat, 75 more pounds, whatever the case may be. And my training's been on point, and I'm gonna go into there, and that's entirely what it's all about. Like nobody else in that crowd is really worried about, they don't know my previous numbers, but if I say I'm gonna go set a PR, they know what PR means. Like there's this tribal knowledge. They know what it takes to get a PR, because once you get to a certain point, let's say I get to a 365 bench at some point soon, that effort it took me to get to 365 is no different than what it took for you to go from 450 to 475 and from 475 to 500. Like it was still the same amount of effort, even though the weight is it's all relative to the amount of work you put in,
Yeah, there's no way that I could have benched 5 if I didn't put in the work. I honestly would even go as far as if I didn't have you guys here, there'd be zero way I would have benched 500 this soon. Same thing my squat, my pull, 0. Because it's like our mind gets in the way of our body, and you guys, the community, snaps you out of it. You just do it. Who cares? Helps, but no, I don't know. I think it's not rare for sports. I think competition sports to have a community, but I feel like in powerlifting, like once the awards get handed out, there's no crying and drama and oh boo-hoo me, because you know on the platform if you did it or not.
Yeah.
It's simple math. You have you get out your phone and this plus this plus this. Oh, what'd you get? Oh, okay, I lost.
Right.
But it's not really about winning and losing, because you're like, oh man, I just set 165 pound PR on my overall total. And yes, I feel like it is okay to be upset on some days and things like that, but it happens to everyone. It's I don't know. It's rarefied, just like how he said. It's different working out here than it is at a commercial gym. I feel like a commercial gym's more look at me, egotistical. I think working at a commercial gym every once in a while is kind of fun, because you know everyone's watching you because you're a freak, because it's not normal. And so at that point it's fun, but then it just gets annoying because you know like you have a million eyes on the back of your head.
Sure.
And you're the outcast. But here, we're all the same. We all have the same hobbies. We're not in here to play. If you're here to play, I wouldn't ask you to be here. If you weren't genuine, I wouldn't ask you to be here. But I don't know. It's stupid simple. There's zero drama for the most part. Very family oriented. At a meet, the majority of people there are going to be like kids, and your spouse, and wives, and your friends. It's not just like one age group.
Right.
It's very appropriate for a family atmosphere, and then the music playing is very appropriate. I don't know. It's just it just spreads from there, because not like even though I own Lions and Strength Conditioning, and David owns Muscle and Mirth, we're not like competing against each other. We're here for each other to grow each other, because we have like-minded stuff, and it's not just me and David. We'll do it with anybody, as long as you're a genuine person, and then your dreams or goals match up with each other. Then it's really easy to support someone, because it's like ultimately we're trying to give back to the sport. The sport has given us so much stuff. The sport has given me so much stuff that it is my duty to give back. Because if not, I'm just a selfish prick.
Sure.
And that's not what this sport is about. But I don't know, I think it's self-explanatory. We'll ramble on forever.
Well, it's one of those things too that we can sit here and explain it, and somebody on the outside can listen to it, but until you are a part of it, it's easy to get grafted in, but you can't do, unless you're doing it, you're not just going to walk in and be a part of it. Like, you actually have to be a part of the whole process. It's a journey that everyone has to be doing and marching along almost at the same beat to the sort of, I mean, programming all that aside, you're essentially doing the same thing. You're tearing down your body and you're building it back up. You're tearing down your body, you're building it back up. You're feeding and you're lifting and you're training and you're wrestling. And that's essentially what everyone is doing. There's not a whole lot of variation. And until you actually do that, you can't just walk in and say like, oh, I want to be a part of this, because it's not about your abs, it's not about your tan, it's not about your
butt cheeks.
Your butt cheeks. The size. I mean, it's not about how much cleavage you're showing or the size of your arms, even though we all want it. I mean, you can have all those things, but they're not directly transferable to a total. They're not directly transferable to a pull. Like, your abs are not going to increase your bench.
Just makes it look better.
And yeah, it's cool on your Instagram, but I mean, like, in all practicalities, powerlifting does not require freaky genetics like it required in aesthetic space, fitness community. You know, like it's like I cannot. There's no way I could build my arms up to a certain size and my calves. So like if I were to go back to an old way of training, I'd hit a wall really quick because push yourself, and it's more about the strength, not the physical outcome of what it actually does on my body. It's the numbers that I'm putting onto the bar, the weight that I'm putting on.
You know, kind of on the note of what you were saying towards the beginning of it, like you're not just gonna walk into a community and be accepted. Like you have to put in the work. You have to show that you have a work ethic. You have to show that you're willing to help everybody else. And like if you find a community and like you're part of it, but it's toxic, get out. Find a different community. Find a better one. Because I've been part of several toxic communities. It took me forever to find a good wholesome one that, wholesome is maybe not the right word, but a good supportive one.
Authentic.
Yeah, authentic one that helps me out. And it's not worth it to be part of a negative community. You don't want to walk in and have people like, well, just do it, pussy. You know, like that's not the kind of attitude you want.
And like even I think what we're doing on Saturday with the lifting party and the barbecue is we're inviting. It started with someone, the strongman, wanted to come up and train. And I'm like, well, if we're having already Nick here, who's a competitive CrossFitter, then let's have them. And it's like we really don't care like what you enjoy doing with your sport or with your fitness level, but when you're here, we all want to do one thing, and it's something we already know. It's let's see how much weight we can lift. Mm-hmm. That's it. And so we're not. Yes, it's okay to joke about other fitness things like CrossFit or a bodybuilding. Not much to joke about strongmen because they're strongmen. But it's in any community it's okay to joke, but when you come together, then it's as long as there's. But the nice thing I like is there's zero drama. Mm-hmm. Zero. There will never be, or it's rare. I won't say never be, but it's rare to see like a bodybuilder or a CrossFitter say, hey, let's reach out to the local powerlifters or the for whoever these people, and then let's just all get together, hang out, lift, and eat afterwards, and
sure,
make friends.
Right.
It's not common in every community. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
and it seems like, and to tell in on that, it's not like we're doing it. At least me personally, I don't really see it as a way of like, hey, let's get all these people in here and see how much revenue we can generate.
Yeah.
It's just more like, hey, let's get all these people together, let's have a good time, and everybody just bring and contribute what they can, and then we'll make the best of it that we possibly.
Oh yeah, I know, by the way, I'm selling the shirts on this table over here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, come to Lions Den. It's first round's free, and I'll bill you after that. And you can go to musclework.com and buy my goods. So I mean, like, that's never like that thought. It's never even crossed my mind. Like, hey, what can we get out of this? Like, how many people get good signed up, and how much can it sell? And then like, it's never really even about that. Like a lot of people ask, well, why do you just keep the stuff around your house? I'm like, I pay for warehousing. My house is where I live. You know, like if you want to buy it, I have somebody taking care of that for me. You know, like I want my life to be my life. My life is not going to be a house full of boxes and bins and a separate warehouse, but it's sort of like an exterior demonstration of what I already feel, which is like there's so many people out there that have given me a ton to be inspired by, meaning I could better myself, I could be stronger, because I fight a crazy amount of mental and emotional demons as it is, that powerlifting to me is like my salvation. So to be around in a community like this, so I have people go like, no, you really can't do this. No, it's really possible, because that's the battle that I fight. And then when I'm actually get to that point, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I really can. Then all of a sudden past that, like I feel like I finally graduated to where I'm like, okay, I'm really going to be doing some big boy training like that I couldn't have done in the last year on my own. You know, because the whole point of the barbecue is we're bringing like a cross-generationals, cross-fitness, families are coming together, like people that aren't, I've been inviting people that are just like good friends of mine, like, hey, just come by and meet them, you know, and get everyone together, because it really is a community-based type sport, so.
Yeah, it's all about, just like you said, we want to get back to to everyone. Obviously, I would not invite anybody and everyone under the sun, but it's if someone has ever talked to me and said, "Hey, that sounds pretty cool. I want to come check it
Sure.
out. This is the perfect time to come check it out."
Sure.
Because you're going to see everything good about the sport or fitness in general all under one roof.
Absolutely.
You see the lifting, and then the numbers hitting and the energy, and then afterwards you see us as regular
Yeah.
men.
You got your kid calling over
Or
your
dads.
ones to be held, and yeah.
And so it's like, yes, we can be crazy in the gym, but it's like we're people. We all have jobs. Well, this is my job, but it's like there's nothing special compared to me and us, the first time a gym goer. It's like we're still people. It just takes time. Everyone's at different stages in their journey. But I feel like even for us, like the big thing I want to do is just get known to the community, just to be more like not necessarily, oh, he's the best strength conditioning coach in town, which I am, but I'd throw that in there. I'd rather be known as someone who inspires and changes lives, than someone who's just a good coach or someone who's a successful business owner.
Sure.
Because that's not what I'm doing this
Right. Sure.
It's all inspiring. Because if it helped me, then it can help
Yeah.
everyone
just-
else.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
I feel like this is an easy topic, just to ramble.
Yeah.
But the perfect definition of this community is us right here, and then Brian and you guys. It's all. It's like we're all different people, but we're very. I don't know. We support each other. Doesn't matter the issue. We support each other. We're in the gym. We can talk crap about each other, make fun of each other, but it's all fun. It's like that's what families do.
Sure.
That's normal. And then any other, it's like we're not the only powerlifting team that does that. The majority of every team is exactly like this, do the exact same things. It's like, we're not the only, you just gotta look on Google. So, in Cedar, in southern Utah, we're the only people that do this, so it's nice being a monopoly. But once you go up north, there's 2-3 gyms.
Sure.
Well, you got the strongman gyms down
Yep.
in St. George. And I'm sure if they did a video talking about this, they would be saying very similar things. So, I don't know. Okay, we're good. I gotta work out.
I'm
I
ready
feel
to
like that calls
squat.
for a big group hug.
No.
Oh,
Especially for you, Alex. And the shameless plugs for Muscle and Mirth at Lion's Den. There too.
If you guys want any shirts, go to Muscle and Mirth worldwide.
Don't do what he did. Don't care
You
what.
can't buy mine.
You can't buy one.
Under Armour, Walmart.